Hello everybody, it's Leanne and we're ready for Tuesday's live video. Every Tuesday at 11 o'clock, and that is when I have my weekly live. I will say that next week I'm going to take the week off. I'll have family here after Christmas and there won't be a live on, let's see, that's the 27th. The next Tuesday live will be January 3rd. Just so you know. And the next Stamp With Me live will be January 2nd. I'll be a little bit off my normal schedule because I'm going to not be live in December for Stamp With Me live on Monday evenings. So in January, the Stamp With Me lives will be the 2nd and the 30th at 7:30. So now don't forget that there's still time to get in on the prize drawing for the ornament cards. So if you haven't shared yet your ornament cards, be sure to do that by January 1st, I believe. Let me see, I'm gonna get my, yeah, there we go. Got my laptop synced up. Good morning, everybody. Hi, Carol and Jean. First one's on. Yeah, it's taking a little bit to sync up, but yeah, so sorry, let's do door prize drawings for last week's video, which featured, I think, Snowflake projects, if I remember right. So yeah, the prizes were the Adorable Owls new celebration set for sharing and a ribbon share for commenting. And the winners are, drumroll, we have Alice Sampsell and Carol Orso. So congratulations, gals. I appreciate you sharing and commenting. So if you have stamping friends on your Facebook, as Facebook friends, why don't you share this video? They might find some inspiration and maybe they'll want to follow me for a future video. So yeah, please share and be in on door prize drawing. Okay, so things are running out on the clearance rack and the last chance list. So if you have a list and you want to get some of those items, be sure you order soon because they are going away. Every day something else is gone and people are disappointed, like, oh, I wanted to order that. I get quite a few emails asking, like, do you have any extra? I'm like, I rarely ever have extra products that I either mistakenly ordered or ordered too many. So yeah, we order only out of the catalog or online. So thanks for sharing. I appreciate it, gals. I appreciate it. So this is one of my prizes for orders in the rest of December. I've had multiple products that I've been doing between card kits and stamp sets, and that's been my my incentive for online orders. So there's my host code if you need to order something. So, oh yes, Kitty, you want to play ball. Come on, Kitty, move, move, move. Jazz is my ball fetcher. She wants to play ball all the time. She has this old pom-pom or cat ball that she brings me and wants me to throw it. So I'm not going to go there today during the video. I'll get so distracted. Okay, all right, let's get on right to our products. Projects, I should say. So I'm going to share a card. I'm going to do two versions of this card. The first one will be using, unfortunately, when I designed this project, everything I used was current and in stock. Well, then things happened and they ran out of most of the products that I'm going to be sharing you. So unfortunately, I still want to share because I think it's a really cool project. I'm getting so mixed up on those words. So I'm using the Joyful Flurry bundle. The dies are gone. The stamp set's still available. So it's a beautiful snowflake stamp set with gorgeous words. I really like the greetings. So I'm going to continue to share it because I think it's really pretty. Okay. Oh, and the other stamp set I'm using is Celebrating You because in December, not everybody wants to make a Christmas card. So I featured snowflakes because I thought, well, we're in North Dakota. We can send snowflake cards. But this was the alternate stamp set for those who wanted to do, say, a winter birthday card. So that this is what the dies do, that I'm sorry they are not available anymore. And these were the wonderful snowflakes that were on special. They were in the holiday catalog and in last year's holiday catalog as well. So it's a really neat fun fold card. So this designer paper is called the Snowflake Specialty Vellum, and it had both iridescent snowflakes and dots and flocked. So this is the flocked one. It's just kind of, well, it's flocked. It's just raised kind of a velvet dots and snowflakes. So I wanted to share how to make this card. So here's my measurements. So that the card base is a standard quarter sheet, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So this piece here is 3 1/4 by 8 1/2. So you get 3 pieces on an 8 1/2 by 11 sheet of this design. So it's fairly economical as far as making a bunch of these cards, and it's fun. You don't see these kind of cards at Hallmark or whatever. So, but what we want to do is adhere our designer paper first. So on this card, I decided to offset this, and not everybody could handle that. It's so funny how people are so different. They can't do what I would call offset or kittywampus. Oh, let's see if my glue, it is working. Okay, so I'm gonna do just a few tiniest little dots on this vellum, and this is how I adhere this without having it be seen. So and I'm gonna have even borders, and see that it is adhered, and there's no I have to almost see where the dots are, putting it on the darker paper. So I'm just trying to get the tiniest little smears or dots. I actually like smears better, but when you're going this tiny, it's very hard to get smears. So pick that up. And now this one is a little narrower. Now in my measurements up here, I have 1 inch by 4 inch and 1 1/4 by 4. You could certainly cut them both at 1 1/4 and you'd be just fine. And I'll show you that in a little bit. So thank you for sharing. Okay. All right, so here's the snow. I'm gonna put this again on something dark so I can see where the printed parts are. And you'll find whenever you're using vellum, if there's a print or you stamped on it, that's where you want to add your adhesive. It really makes a difference in hiding your adhesive. And this is, again, very economical for designer paper, because this piece right here is 3 inches by 4 inches. So you can get a whole lot of designer paper out of a 12-inch piece of designer paper. So it's 3 inch by 4 inch is a great size for layers. Okay, once again, I'm going to make sure that's offset. Now you'll notice on these cards that the circle, maybe it'd be better to show this side. I have the circle hanging on this off on the right side on this card and on the left side on this card, and they both work. It really does not matter which way you do it. I don't know if one is more pleasing than the other. I guess you'd have to decide that yourself, which one. So this, oh, I'm already a little bit sticky. Now I want to definitely do just some little tiny smears here and there. You wouldn't have to add adhesive everywhere, but then it holds those little points down and they don't get caught when people are handling it. Okay, so did you notice that the point of the greeting is at the center of the snowflake? So I want to be sure to do that, and this is right there. Yeah, it is freezing cold in North Dakota. You have 16 below temperature. That is not with wind chill. I just want to reiterate that. That is not with wind chill. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, we're having a super duper cold snap here in North Dakota. It's not pleasant at all. So here is my happy birthday, and here is It's a Season of Magic and Wonder, and I'm gonna do that one. So we will get a stamp set here, and I'm using the same trick I like to use for die cuts. I'm going to ink this in my Starry Sky. I forgot to mention that. Oh yeah, it's just super duper cold. I feel so bad for the animals out there and the people that have to work outside. I just don't know how they can handle it. It's just very sad. It's not right to have temperatures that cold. So when you're storing your Stamparatus and you have two plates and you cannot store them both, you'll hurt your hinge. So I always take one hinge off when I'm storing if I have two going. And I always have just one in and one on top or off to the side. Okay, so the other greeting I think I will do is from the Joyful Flurry, and that's that pretty, pretty Joyful Wishes. Okay, just have to find my piece. So I'm gonna just push these snowflakes out, and if you don't have the Frosted Flurry dies, I'm sorry, they are not available anymore. They're out of stock, and I shouldn't be showing you and teasing you, and I apologize. If you want it really bad, it's not available. There's Joyful Wishes. You just clean that off and then chamois right away. Off camera. Okay, then I want to add just a few of these pretty little snowflakes. Okay, maybe another one right there. Sometimes it's hard to stop. Okay, that's all the stamping. See how easy this card is? Yes, I am staying warm, Roxanne, but it's tough. Our house is barely keeping up. We kind of have, my husband did our heating system himself, and we have in-floor heating and baseboard heat, and sometimes it doesn't quite keep up, but it's better this year than last. He adjusted it. It's a crazy system, but anyway, it works, and I'm just thankful that I'm not outside. Yeah. So we'll put a rhinestone here, and then we will add, have to decide, I think I'm going to go this way so I can have my snowflake on that corner. I seem to have a little bit more room there. So I'm going to glue this down where I want it. Like I said, I want that snowflake to be this little one in the center. Okay, so both are hanging off a little bit. I just want to make sure that that is even. Okay, I'm not going to pop anything up here. There. And last but not least, I'm going to do a small, there's one right there. A small one here. There, that's it. What do you think? Such an easy card. Now I'm going to show you another version using new products, brand new celebration items. So let me get those out. Same card design as this one, but we're going to use, let's see, I'll show you how very little I have left of this paper. This was a 12 pack of paper, and I have 4 sheets and a half. So yeah, and you don't even get to see them all because I ran out. I've used so much for swaps. But this is a free celebration choice called Favored Flowers. And I'm going to use Blackberry Bliss and Mossy Meadow for this card. All right, so I don't even have it scored. So I'm going to do that. Now this is the piece that is scored. So this is 8.5 by 3 1/4. and I scored it at 4 1/4. So that is the center or the flip part of the card. And there's my card base, and this is going to go on here. This is my plan anyway. Oh, I can see my scoring was crooked, or something is crooked, so I'm going to try and straighten that out a little bit. You probably can't see that because it's so dark. But this is going to, now I haven't made this card, so I'm just going to wing it. And these are going to be my base pieces, and the reason they're wider is because it was a scrap, it was a strip. So we're just going to adhere those. I don't know if there's a rhyme or reason to this paper, but my sweater almost matches that. Thank you, Lori, for sharing. Thanks, everybody. Yeah, it is a neat fold. You've probably seen it before. It's kind of a, I don't know if it's a standard, but it's one of my go-tos when I want to do an easy fun fold card. You can see this is the back side of that same paper. I love it when the front and the back matches, especially for some fun fold cards that you want to show both pieces at the same time. So I'm going to do the same offset. I think it's just more attractive to the eye, but I could be biased. And then I found, just in my scraps, I found an oval, and I'm just going to kind of play with, and oh, let me tell you about these pieces. So my friend Pat loves, loves, loves to fussy cut. That's her favorite thing to do. She'll take a whole piece of paper and just fussy cut all the flowers out of it. So I designed some of my swaps purposely just so so she could fussy cut. So I design a card and I give her the piece of paper, and she will cut all these flowers out for me, and she just has a ball. She just loves it. So I do design these cards because not everybody likes to fussy cut, and she does, and so they're easier for me because I don't have to die cut, and she enjoys it, so it's a win-win. Anyway, yes, Roxanne, I don't know if the catalogs have been sent. They've been ordered. So those people who are on my mailing list, I haven't heard that anybody's received them yet. So, and I didn't mail myself one this time. Sometimes I do that so I know when you're going to receive them. But I did not do that this time. So I can't tell you whether anybody's received them. Hopefully they'll let me know. So this is a celebration stamp set, and it's free with a $100 order. And I like these greetings. Sending happy thoughts. That's the one I want to use. So because the flowers are going to take up most of this oval, I wanted to have a smaller greeting. Okay. My oval mostly straight. That's hard on ovals. It's very hard to design or to get an oval to be straight when you're stamping or adjusting things. So, you know, and I didn't cut my inside piece, but I did want to mention that the inside layer for this, I forgot to do that, is the same as the designer paper on the front. So it's 3 by 4, 3 inches by 4 inches. So I did forget that. Okay, now let's see what we can do with her fussy cut flowers. I had kind of a plan. I believe that was it right there. Let's see what that looks like on the card. Yep, I think that's going to be just fine. So what I like to do, oh, that moved, is kind of put one on first, and then the second. I think that one was up here. Might have gotten a little close, not too bad. Okay, we're gonna put the rose here, and this one I'm going to pop up. So it's kind of fun when she does all these flowers for me and we have extras. It's kind of like, oh, I need to design another card with the rest of these. So this is actually the last of the flowers that she fussy cut for me. There we go. And then I have these extra leaves that I should have left a little spot, but I could put them underneath. I don't know, what do you think? Kind of like that, kind of hanging out when it's open like that. I think I might do that. I don't want to see that little bit of flower, so let's see. Yeah, I think that's gonna work. Okay, we're gonna start. It's kind of interesting to do this kind of backwards. So I'm gonna put a little adhesive. I'm gonna go up here and add more. Ooh, that's pretty, I think. And then what I could do, this last flower, I think I might just add it right on the white piece. Too bad I don't have one. That I could finish that off, but I think that's what I'll do. I think that's beautiful. What do you all think? Now I could add some gems or something, and but I don't think I'm going to. I'll leave it. We'll see. See if I can handle not adding gems. Okay. All right, so that, while I'm talking celebration, I'm going to show you. So in Celebration catalog, there's this interesting stamp set that features carrots. So it's called Thanks a Bunch, and I love the theme, and kind of one of those punny themed stamp sets. So look at you know, carrots and eyes, everything's coming up carrots instead of roses, and I love the Thanks a Bunch. So I chose a couple of the designer paper packs. This is actually the free designer paper pack in the Celebration catalog. There's a big pack of 40 sheets, and this is some of them. So, so this is one of my swaps, and I stamped the carrots on the top, and then the greetings, and die cut the bottom. And see this little thing right there? That is that under there. So here is another version that I did, and this is one of those vertical slider cards. So do you remember that? I did those a week or so ago. It's so interesting, I think, to have 3 circles on the back of this is a simple gatefold card. And then you have an element for the front. And I did this card, a couple weeks ago. But you fold, this is I think 2 1/4 inch circle. You fold 2 of them in half. And then the third one is flat and glues them both together to the back of your card. So then you can simply just set it in there and then flip this part and catch it, and it holds your card flat, but yet it's kind of fun. You can slide it. I gave it to my husband. I said, open this, and he did this. And so you could theoretically glue this, and then it still has a catching mechanism here. So you could glue it, but I kind of like the fact that it's a interactive card in more, or fun opening card in more ways than one. So that's what I came up with. And this one doesn't have a last carrot. I did fussy cut a bunch of these the other day. It was kind of fun. It was a snowy day, blizzardy, and I fussy cut for an hour or so. So that's a little sneak peek on some celebration items that are coming up. Okay, so I'm going to do this next project. So we had an awesome fundraiser this last, I guess it would be a week and a half ago now. And we made, lots and lots of us made crafty projects, baking, home canning to sell for 2 of my charities. And I featured it on my blog yesterday to show some projects and the results. And we raised over $3,400 for 2 of my favorite charities. One is a cat rescue charity or organization that rescues homeless cats, gives them medical care, immunizations, finds loving homes. Their vet bill is over $20,000 a month sometimes, so it's just crazy how much they give to our wonderful little felines in our area. And then the other one charity is called Matthew 25, and they provide goods for needy people for free in town. There's no qualifying. They can just walk in the shop when they're open. The hours are very small because one of my friends is a very busy mom, and she has a a big building that she rents. So they have rent and heat and gas and other bills. So it doesn't cost her anything because people donate for this charity, this organization. So it's awesome. So it was so gratifying to see all of the generous donations people brought and shared. But this was one of the things that I made, just a simple little candy bar pull-up treat. So if you've never made one of these, I'm going to show you how to do this. So you need a Hershey or some other candy bar, maybe a Mr. Good bar, or oh, there's many different candy bars. But I'm going to show you how to make this. Okay. So we here is my next directions, or I guess if you want to take a screenshot, that is the screenshot for this project. So I'm using Real Red, and I scored it, and I'm not going to go through and score this because I already did that, and it's just simple. It's a 6x6 square, and you score down one side at 1.5, 1 3/4. So there's those two, and then the next one is 4 1/4 and 4 1/2 for that one. Oh, I know what I forgot. I forgot my punch. Hold on a second. I had it out, and then and this may not, I haven't used this punch. This one I used a circle punch. So, so we'll see how this works. I'm not positive if it's going to work. Yeah, it might be offset a little bit because we have to go through both. I don't know, I think it will, if I can even it up. All right, so we're going to put our candy bar in there to give some added pressure. Sorry about that. When you glue this. So yeah, that's what we'll do. Like I said, I usually use a hole punch for this. You just want to be sure your pieces are straight. This is a fun way to give, this would be a wonderful stocking stuffer and all that for kids. Okay, so now you use either a hole punch. This is our current punch we have in our catalog, and going through 3 layers is kind of tough. Okay, that'll work, and I'm really tempted to put that on the back, but the piece here will cover it up, so I think I won't. Now the secret is how will I know where this is even and centered? I'm going to wing it. That's what I like to do. I've got to set it down. I'm kind of looking at the center of this to try and make sure that it's straight. Did that go through? Yep. Not bad. It's a little bit off, but that's okay. All right, so we'll glue that on. So, little Santa candy bar treat. My granddaughter will love this. All right, and then this piece, the black piece, is the same measurement. So it's 6 inches long and scored exactly as that is. So 1 1/2, 1 3/4, 4 1/4, and 4 3/4. And I'm going to glue that as the Santa belt. Now it does get a little bit tight because the scoring, once it goes around another layer, so you may have to do a little, what I would call pinching, to make sure it goes around. I'm just going to add adhesive for this, so it, for the belt, and then sneak a little bit under here and under here. It doesn't like to glue to glimmer paper. Oh, by the way, this glimmer paper is gone. This is part of the red and white glimmer paper that was in the holiday catalog, and it is gone now, unfortunately. So, yeah, sorry to tease you, but we don't have any other glimmer paper. So this little buckle, thought I'd share where I got that. This is the potted succulent die. So there's quite a few labels in here, actually 4, these 4 right here. I'm gonna move this one out of the way so you can see that. There's 4 labels, and then of course the succulents and whatnot that goes with the stamp set. So that's what I used for that. Now we will glue this down. So it's an easy little project. And try and center that. Should have my candy bar in there for something to push on. Okay, and add my little, this finishes off the buckle, right? Doesn't it look like it's part of the belt? Okay, so then I punched. I had an old 1/2-inch circle punch, and we'll just place those. And like I say, glimmer paper doesn't always like to stick, so use good glue. Even glue dots, it doesn't like to stick. Okay, so there's our Santa. Okay, now to put this together, we will need red ribbon. Actually, we need a tag. So here I stamped "Have a Holly Jolly Christmas," and that is from the Holly Jolly Wishes. There's also "'Tis the Season to be Jolly," but I like this one. There's a lot of fun and pretty stamps, images in there. Okay. Black ink, memento, and my tag. I should be using the stamp apparatus because in case it's not quite dark enough, I'm going to huff on it just so I can be sure. If you ever want to be sure you get a nice solid image, give it a little huff. That's perfect. Okay. And because it looks, I did re-ink this a few 2 days ago. I'm going to turn it over on a clean spot and just do that. Not let it move or smear, just in case it's a little bit wet. Okay, so now we have some red ribbon here. So we're going to, I want enough to tie, enough to go down there. I think that should be good. Estimate. Oh, my scissors is just a little dull. All right, so how you do this is fold, oh, I guess I broke my candy bar. Fold that over so it loops around, and then you insert this. Then you thread, I'm gonna push that through so I can reach these. Thread one end this way and one end in this way. Okay. All right, so there's our pull-up. You can do this with so many different things. I'm gonna try and train this lip of the candy bar to go behind. Then we need to add our tag, and this has a round hole. This is one of the tailor-made tags, I think. Yeah, super cute. Okay, then just to tie a knot, and this is probably the hardest part of the whole thing. And I'm going to do an overhand knot and pull that through and try and get this to look good. Not bad. Okay, there we go. There's our pull-up candy bar. I could add a few of our wonderful red rhinestones. I love our rhinestones. And I lost my take your pick tool. I like to set them in, here it is. Set them in my baskets and then I can't find them. So I think I will just do some scattered, is what I want to do. That adds a lot of brightness to it, doesn't it? You don't even know that it's blue in there until you look. Okay, that's that project. Okay, I want to show you a couple other things. Yeah, they did sell out pretty quickly. I sold them for $2 at the craft fair, and the candy bars cost about $1.29 when they're not bought in a bundle. So yeah, it's not a real money maker, but it was a donation for the cause, and they did sell out well. So, all right, that's that. And I want to show you a few things I've been working on. I almost decided to do these as a video, But I love making ornaments, and every year I try and make ornaments. Now this is not made by me. This is made by my friend Melissa, and she brought it to club, and it's just 3" by 1/2" no, I'm sorry, 6" pieces of designer paper that she had that she used for an ornament. And I want to make one, but I didn't find the time yet. And then she put 2 bows on the top to cover, but she did a brad for the center. So all let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6" by 1/2" strips. And then I think she glued the top with glue. I don't think she put another brad through the top. And that's why she had to cover it up with her glue with the bows. But I thought that was a super cute little ornament with your favorite paper on it. So that's that. And then I made this one. Now this one's big, and I'm not usually a big ornament person, but I want to try and make one smaller. But this is just different size or lengths of 1/2" strips. You know, whenever I cut for my classes and kits, I have a ton of white 1/2" strips. I mean, like tons. I throw away a lot. So this was just, and I didn't even write down my measurements. I can probably do that, but I think this is like 2" or 2 1/4 inches. This one is 3 inches. This one is, I think, 4 1/2, and this is 6. So it's just a really pretty, let me see if I can get it laying on something that would show how, I think this will be pretty on a tree. I think I'm going to give it to my daughter because she doesn't mind big ornaments. Then the other one I played with, and I don't know if I'll do a video on this because it was not easy. This is an origami tree, and I really like it, and I'm going to keep it, and maybe I'll even give it to my daughter because she likes origami. But I did it 2 weeks ago, and now I forgot how I did it, so I can't even tell you, but I just thought I'd kind of show what I've been up to. Like I said, I love making ornaments. It's always been one of my favorite things to do. So we'll see if I get any done to share with you or not. That might be it. All right. Like I said, no live video next Tuesday on December 27th. We will move into January for my next video. So don't forget, if you want any of my kits to go, I still have some gnomes kits. I still have the birthday card organizer kits, a couple of each of them left, and a few other assorted kits. So don't forget to go to my tutorial shop if you're interested in any of my pre-cut card kits. So thanks so much, and don't forget that if you need to order anything, here's the host code, the clearance rack. I still have some packaged or some stamp sets for giveaway. And stay warm. Us North Dakota, Minnesota, I don't know if it's into South Dakota and Montana, but we are cold up here. So anyway, thanks so much for joining me. I'll see you in 2 weeks, and have a very, very Merry Christmas. I appreciate each one of you. All right, thanks so much. Take care. Bye-bye.